Following the breakup of the greatest band ever assembled, the group's legendary co-leader faced his demons and extricated them by creating songs that he claimed to be the best that he'd ever written. We explore and celebrate the beginning of John Lennon's solo era, and we unbox the incredible John Lennon Plastic Ono Band Ultimate Collection next on Professor of Rock. Hey music junkies, Professor of Rock, always here to celebrate the greatest artists and the greatest songs of all time. You know, if you ever signed up for Columbia House back in the day where you got 12 tapes or records for a penny, CDs as well, you're gonna love this channel. Make sure that you subscribe below right now and hit the bell so you never miss out on our daily features, the stories of the songs straight from the legends. Also, take a look at our Patreon where we have exclusive videos that you won't find here. I think you'll like it. John Lennon, Plastic Ono Band was originally released in 1970 as John's first solo album after the breakup of the Beatles. This was John's record with no authoring concessions, no consideration for band direction, and no pressure to produce a hit radio song. The record was a declaration of his liberation from the pressures and artistic confines that he felt in the waning years with the Fab Four, and perhaps even more critical, was John Lennon's desperate need to exorcise the demons that he had internalized for most of his life. The transparency and introspection is what really makes the music of Lennon Plastic Ono Band such a boldly uninhibited masterwork for one of the world's biggest rock stars. Realizing and confronting his emotional issues were the first two steps in opening John's creative expression. And he couldn't have done that without his muse and soulmate, Yoko Ono, and the couple shared experiences with therapy from Dr. Arthur Janov. Now, Janov was an American psychotherapist who believed that repressed pain from one's childhood could be released through a treatment that he called primal therapy. Actually, Roland Orzabal and Kurt Smith of Tears for Fears were also believers in this therapy. Some of their best music was inspired by it. Talk about that down the road. Anyway, John and Yoko went to LA to devoutly immerse themselves in Janov's primal therapy for about 4 months. The experience enabled Lennon to channel his emotions into an album's worth of self-revelatory material with themes of child-parent abandonment and repressed psychological suffering. The John Lennon Plastic Ono Ultimate Collection is so much more than a box set. It is a historic, remixed, and remastered treasure chest that features 159 tracks across 6 CDs and 2 Blu-ray audio discs for more than 11 engrossing hours of music. Plus, the package includes so much more: 2 postcards, Who Are the Plastic Ono Band and You Are the Plastic Ono Band. Also, there's a War Is Over poster, a comprehensive 132-page hardback book, lyrics and rare photos, tape box images, memorabilia, and extensive notes. It's just amazing. So let's examine some of the compositions that make this coffer so impressive. Let's start with Give Peace a Chance. It was the first solo single released by John Lennon in 1969. While he was technically still with the Beatles, the song is credited as a Lennon-McCartney composition, in fact, even though it was Yoko who actually co-wrote the song with John Lennon. According to author Ian MacDonald, one of the great Beatles authors out there, the writing credit was Lennon's way of thanking McCartney for helping him record the Ballad of John and Yoko at very short notice. Give Peace a Chance peaked at number 14 on the Billboard Hot 100, number 2 in the UK, and it broke the top 10 throughout Europe and Canada. Now, Give Peace a Chance was John Lennon's anti-war song. It became the anthemic plea for the American anti-war movement. Millions of protesters singing the chorus in unison. All we are saying is give peace a chance. The tune was written during Lennon and Ono's famous bed-in honeymoon in Montreal. When asked by a reporter what he was trying to achieve by staying in bed, John Lennon answered spontaneously, "Just give peace a chance." He went on to say this several times during the famous bed-in. Lennon asked his press officer, Derek Taylor, to find a recording engineer. And on 1st of June 1969, Andre Perry, owner of a local recording studio in Montreal, arrived at the room 1742 of the Queen Elizabeth Hotel, and used a basic recording setup of 4 microphones and a 4-track tape recorder that he brought with him to record the track. Pretty amazing. John's original last verse of the song refers to John and Yoko, Timmy Leary, Rosemary, Tommy Smothers, Bobby Dylan, Tommy Cooper, Derek Taylor, Norman Mailer, Allen Ginsberg, and Hare Krishna. Timothy Leary and Petula Clark provided backing vocals, and comedian Tommy Smothers played acoustic guitar. There were actually many celebrities and journalists attending the surreal makeshift recording studio that was in John and Yoko's honeymoon suite. Lennon evicted agonizing demons of parental abandonment in a crushing journal that he simply titled Mother. Mama, don't go. John revealed his personal demons to heal his soul in the lyrics he wrote in Mother. Daddy, come home. But he also created the song to help others suffering from the same emotional affliction. To the memory of his mother, Julia, that died after being struck by a car while crossing a street to catch a bus when John was only 17 years old, he lashed out with frustration and sadness at her absentia through most of his adolescence. Mother, you had me, but I never had you. I wanted you, you didn't want me. You didn't want me. And to his father, who deserted John when he was just an infant. Father, you left me, but I never left you. I needed you. You didn't need me. You didn't need me. Mother was the only official single released from the original Plastic Ono Band album, peaking at number 43 on the Billboard Hot 100, number 9 in Austria, number 3 in Switzerland, with guest performances by Klaus Voormann, he was on bass, and his Beatle brother Ringo Starr on drums. The song was just healing from that trauma that he experienced. Daddy, come home. Next is the biting social commentary, Working Class Hero. Working class hero is something to be. Another classic Lennon track, remixed from the original version of the Plastic Ono Band LP for the amazing Ultimate Collection. Although John wrote the song more than 50 years ago, Working Class Hero has timeless, universal poignancy about the thrall of the caste system, along with the inevitable brainwashing of education, labor, and the corporate structure. When they tortured you and scare you for 20-odd years, then they expect you to pick a career. When you can't really function, you're so full of fear. A working class hero is something to be. A working class hero is something to be. Great poetry from John Lennon. Although it wasn't a track on the original Plastic Ono Band release, the Ultimate Collection includes Lennon's second solo single called Turkey. Turkey has got me. Backed by Eric Clapton on guitar, Klaus Voormann on bass, and Ringo on drums. Cold Turkey was billed as the Plastic Ono Band and became a single in '69, rising to number 12 in the UK and number 30 on the Billboard Hot 100. It was also the first song where John Lennon took sole writing credit. There are several accounts as to the origin and the meaning of Cold Turkey. Now, according to Peter Brown, the author of the 1983 insider story of the Beatles titled The Love You Make, Cold Turkey was penned by John during a burst of creativity immediately after John and Yoko kicked a brief addiction to heroin. Brown added that Lennon presented the song to Paul McCartney as a possible single for the Beatles as they were finishing up Abbey Road. That didn't go anywhere. Lennon's personal assistant, Fred Seaman, he told a different story about Cold Turkey. He claimed that the song was conceived when John and Yoko suffered from a severe bout of food poison after the couple ate cold turkey sandwiches that were left over from Christmas that had spoiled. Interesting take on that. Rolling in pain. More highlights from the original Plastic Ono Band LP includes the controversial track God, about the danger of living your life worshiping celebrity idols, whether it be religion, politics, music, or otherwise. And that includes a warning about having an obsession with Beatlemania. It's very interesting.
I don't believe in Beatles.
The reverberating psychedelic rocker Well, Well, Well. The bold, self-reflective Look at Me, where John reevaluates who he is and what he wants to be for the admiration and love of Yoko, and more importantly, for his own self-fulfillment. So many great tracks on this. The Ultimate Collection also features the solo Lennon sing-along favorite, Power to the People. It says it on my shirt here.
Power to the people.
It's a phrase encouraging individuals to break away from the so-called tyranny of government and institutions. And one of his biggest solo hits, one of my favorites, Instant Karma.
Instant karma's gonna get you.
John's musical campaign for unity and hope that climbed all the way to #2 in the Billboard Hot 100. Should have been a #1. Also went there in Canada and #5 in UK. John Lennon wrote Instant Karma one morning, then taped it, and by the middle of the afternoon the same day, he had played the tape for the mercurial producer Phil Spector. Spector asked Lennon how he wanted the song to sound, and John Lennon responded that he wanted to do it in a 1950s style. Lennon and Spector cut the track immediately following that exchange, and bam, they produced Instant Karma. Like I said, Instant Karma is my favorite John Lennon solo composition. It has so much just enduring light and positivity within its arrangement, and Lennon's voice is just seismic and revolutionary. Just amazing. We're gonna definitely do a separate in-depth piece on that classic standard very soon. Yoko Ono, Lennon, and capital UME celebrate 50 years of John's transformational and influential masterpiece with this 8-disc super deluxe box set, John Lennon Plastic Ono Band, The Ultimate Collection. It's just immersive, it's momentous, it's an incredible listening experience and an in-depth exploration of the album that John described as the best thing I've ever done. The moments that the biggest rock star in the world bared his soul for the world to hear is as powerful today as it was revolutionary when the music was originally captured. So let's go into the box set. This set is completely remixed from original multi-tracks overseen by producer Yoko Ono Lennon, featuring Ringo Starr, Klaus Vormann, George Harrison, Eric Clapton, Billy Preston, and Phil Spector. It includes 159 tracks across 6 CDs and Blu-ray audio discs for more than 11 hours of immersive music. Breaking down the music, there are the ultimate mixes where the original John Lennon Plastic Ono Band album has been faithfully remixed from the ground up by Paul Hicks at Abbey Road Studios under the supervision of Yoko Ono Lennon. Hicks utilized high-definition 192 kHz 24-bit audio transfers of the original first-generation multi-track recordings to create the best possible recreations of the originals. And then there are the outtakes, unreleased stereo outtakes of each song, which have been mixed with a balance and EQ more akin to the original album mixes with a little bit of additional effects. And then there's also the elements mixes. This brings some of the buried elements that were not otherwise heard before, some cases not even used, up to the surface and presents them on a wider and brighter soundstage to reveal deeper levels of detail and clarity. The idea behind this is that once these elements have been heard, listeners will hear details that were previously hidden in the album mixes in a completely new way. That's my favorite part of the set. There are also the raw studio mixes and outtakes. They were mixed by Rob Stevens. The raw studio mixes transport listeners to the center of the studio at Abbey Road to experience what it was like to bear witness to the recording sessions themselves. Just amazing. Plus there are the jams. Despite the serious nature of the album, John and Plastic Ono Band, which sometimes included Yoko, like I said, Billy Preston and Phil Spector, they had fun between takes by spontaneously jamming classic rock and roll songs. Improvisations and even early versions of some of John's other songs. You gotta hear that. More music included Yoko Ono, Plastic Ono Band, the live sessions. On October 10th, the day after Lennon's 30th birthday, Yoko, John, Klaus, and Ringo recorded a freeform experimental jam session that would be edited into Yoko's concurrent album, Yoko Ono, Plastic Ono Band. They're the 2 Blu-ray audio discs that contain over 11 hours of music, the 159 tracks of high-definition studio quality, 192 kilohertz, 24-bit audio. It includes mixes in stereo, 5.1 surround, and Dolby Atmos. Beyond the music, as I said earlier, the set includes the 2 postcards, Who Are the Plastic Ono Band and You Are the Plastic Ono Band, a War Is Over poster, very cool, and a comprehensive, just elegantly produced 132-page hardback book with lyrics. There's the rare photos, the tape box images, memorabilia, and extensive notes. It was designed and edited by Simon Hilton, the compilation producer and the production manager of the Ultimate Collection series. The book tells the story behind each and every one of these songs and the making of the album in John and Yoko's words and the words of those who worked alongside them through archival and brand new interviews. You can pick this collection up by clicking our link in the description. This is a must-have for anyone who loves groundbreaking, revolutionary music. And of course, John Lennon, certainly one of our planet's greatest singer-songwriters. He had such immense vision. He gave us just incomparable reflection on his pursuit for meaning in life. And what's better than that?
Well, we all shine on like the moon.
Leave us a comment about John Lennon and Plastic Ono Band. What are your thoughts and observations on these songs and this album and the career after the Beatles? Share in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Again, to get this incredible in-depth set from UME, click on the link in the description. If you like our content, we do invite you to be part of our community by subscribing below. Do that right now. And check us out on Patreon for even more content about the history of the greatest music ever. Help us keep the music alive. Until next time, 3 chords and the truth, my friends. Stay safe out there.